So this is definitely going to be a real talk kind of episode this week. We're going to talk about creating a sexuality empowerment action plan, and the reason we can talk about that is because I am literally in the middle of working one out for myself right now. With the coaching I do, I'm clearly not going to share anyone else's experiences, but if I can share my own and they can help you, then absolutely fantastic. So to bring you up to speed on what's going on in my own personal life right now, for the last couple months I've been feeling really disconnected from my body, and what that looks like in a practical way is I kind of stopped caring about it. I stopped being mindful of the food I'm eating. I don't exercise much. I barely remember to stretch. I go days and days without drinking water. It's just not a very healthy way of living. Also, my sexuality has been suffering. There are parts of my sexuality that I am completely disconnected from right now, and that means I don't express them. I don't look for opportunities to engage in them, and when even with previous partners who I would have engaged in this activity in the past with, I'm kind of not interested. So because in my life I think that sexuality underlies everything we do, there's a definite connection between my body and my sexuality. So 2 days ago, when I realized they were doing a Tantra X class at my local cooperative sex store, I read the description, and it was all about connecting back into your body and connecting to your sexual pleasure and feeling pleasure in your body. I had feelings immediately in my chest and was scared. I was like, that is really intense and I'm not going to go. So of course I figured that was probably exactly where I should be. About a month ago, I started realizing something was actually up and recognizing that there was something going on with my body. About 10 days ago, I started getting language around the fact that I was stuck and what exactly was going on. And last night, I definitely had a click moment. When we shared with the opening circle what was going on for us in our lives, I shared that I was feeling really disconnected from my body and really disconnected from parts of my sexuality. And I did have another opportunity to share with a partner who's in town that I'm feeling really invisible lately. And this being in this space and being in this atmosphere and having a great instructor and awesome fellow class participants that really made space for people's feelings was wonderful, because I was able to put together that I'm still struggling with some shame from some experiences I had over the last 14, 16 or so months that I haven't processed. 2 different experiences where I really pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I got shamed in both of those experiences. One, I kind of powered through and did make it through and was really proud of myself at the time, but then didn't really process the struggle bits that came along with it. The second one, I stood up for my boundaries. And then left that experience because I knew my resilience was low that day and I wasn't going to be able to recover from it. And I thought I'd processed it, but I think I actually really just processed the anger around that situation and not the shame. So last night, I cried a lot in public, in front of people I don't know, and people I think are cool and would like them to admire me. So that was really embarrassing. There was a lot of mucus, a lot of tears, and I was looping in and out of a shame kind of feelings all night long. But again, kudos to the instructor and my participants for making space, not only for myself, but other people, because there were a lot of powerful experiences going on in the room last night. So during the class, I kind of got to do some thinking around things, and I realized that there's a loop in my life that's going on like this. I don't feel seen by people. And the reason I'm not feeling seen is because I'm not sharing my vulnerability with people. And the reason I'm not sharing my vulnerability with people is because I'm really afraid to open myself up in that way right now. The reason I'm really afraid to open myself up in that way is because I have this shame that I need to process. So, great, I've got a starting point. After the class, I spent some time talking to the instructor. And then we talked about doing some body work and whether or not I had a base start for this plan. Then I walked home, and it was about a 45-minute walk. I didn't go particularly fast. I stopped to play in the park and swing on some swings and smell the flowers, because that was really important to have a fun experience and take some pleasure in this hard time that I was going through last night. But on my way home, I started to formulate an action plan and get some ideas around what I thought I could do and what I wanted to do. And then when I got home, I slept. because emotional work is taxing and it's heavy, and it's something, you know, that really weighs on your heart. Tears weigh on my head and make my eyes hurt. So I slept for 9 hours and really gave myself time to rest. And then today so far I've been putting the plan into action and seeing how I feel about it, making sure the steps I'm taking feel right. And what that actually looks like is that I've been feeling my feelings, like actually feeling my feelings in my body. So when I feel shame and when I start to think about the incident, what's going on in my chest? Do I feel constricted? Are my shoulders hunching in? Am I taking up space? Does my throat constrict, or do I feel like I can speak? Does my head hurt? Are my fists clenching? Is my stomach in knots? Like, I've been taking time to actually think about what's going on in my body and how that impacts things. I've been focused on doing some body work and lots of breathing, some mindful masturbation, lots of stretching, lots of hydrating, and just really getting back into my body and reconnecting my body and my sexuality and all these kind of things. And I've also been doing some meditation work, doing some really quiet thinking, because that's really all meditation is, right? Quiet thinking and giving, you know, my body and my mind time to speak to me about what's going on. So I don't have all the answers right now, and I want to share that with you. I don't want to pretend that this is an easy fix, and this is something that I'll personally be working on over the next weeks, months. I'm probably weeks, maybe no more than a month. I've been doing this a while, so I'm feeling pretty confident about it. But yeah, I am feeling really confident in my ability to not be stuck right now. I have a plan in place. I recognize what the problem is, and now I feel empowered to solve that problem. And that, for me, is a big part of what it actually means to be sexually empowered. When I come up across a stumbling block, do I have the tools to work through it and move past it? And, you know, you can't promise that you're not going to get knocked down in life. I can't promise anyone that they're not going to be shamed. I can't promise myself that I won't have any future bad experiences or any future instances of shaming to deal with, or body disconnects or sexuality disconnects. But I am feeling like I have an ability to create change for myself, which is a really empowering place. So my challenge to you this week is to spend some time thinking about how empowered you are around your sexuality. Do you feel like you can create a plan when you need it? Do you feel like you have places to go for help when you need it? Do you feel like you have tools at your disposal? What areas of your sexual problem solving are awesome, and what areas need some dusting off? I would love for you guys to share your thoughts with me. If you're feeling confident, you can put them in the comment section below, or if you'd rather, you can email me privately, heather@AuthenticSexualYou.com, and I really hope you'll take me up on the offer to connect, because I'd love to hear what you have to say. Have a great week.